Turn that volume up. You know you want it. It's time for Women's Basketball TV with former NCAA champion, WNBA champion, business mogul, and national TV personality, Fran Harris.
A'ja Wilson is a generational talent. We have no one like her in the WNBA.
Let's get it.
So as you can see on the screen, this is a real text exchange between me and my younger brother, fellow hoophead, Chris Harris, where we talked a little bit about the new WNBA documentary that's out on Tubi. Y'all should check that out. But then check out the text at the bottom of the thread that just says JuJu. Because that's all you need to know. JuJu Watkins dropped 51 points on Stanford's head. Let's talk about it. There's a story floating around women's basketball about JuJu Watkins' off game and how she decided to put on a masterclass for when your game is off, when your shot is not working, how to get back in the lab and make it work. So on Sunday night, USC coach Lindsey Gottlieb, we heard, got a call from a security guard asking whether he or she should kick freshman guard JuJu Watkins out of the gym. Watkins was getting up shots following an off night in the Trojans' crushing 3-point loss at home to Washington, their third defeat in 4 games. No, Gottlieb told the security guard, let Ju be Ju. And then the next time they hit the floor against Stanford, JuJu Watkins was JuJu Watkins. She was doing JuJu Watkins things. I love to say her name, by the way, as you can tell. JuJu Watkins dropped 50 piece on Stanford in their building. Let me get this right. Let's get this straight. So Stanford allowed JuJu to do 51 and they lost by 7. So JuJu had 90-something% of their points and Stanford couldn't do anything with her. She went 14 for 26 shooting from the field, and number 15 Trojans down the Cardinals 67-58. The final regular season Pac-12 meeting. Now, Watkins' performance was the first 50-point game in Division I this season. It broke a school record, and it marked the second most points in Pac-12 game history behind Kelsey Plum's 57 against Utah in 2017. JuJu Watkins put on a master class. Anybody who's saying that JuJu Watkins should not be in the conversation for Player of the Year is smoking some good cannabis. This woman has done nothing but be Player of the Year caliber all year long. So we got to ask ourselves, what is Player of the Year? Because some of y'all are throwing in body of work. I don't want to talk about Caitlin Clark's body of work for the 23-24 season, because it's about the Player of the Year. So if we're going to talk about Caitlin Clark, let's talk about Caitlin Clark's work this year, which has been outstanding. But don't talk to me about Caitlin Clark's body of work when we're talking about the 23-24 season. And in the 23-24 season, Caitlin Clark and JuJu Watkins have been the most outstanding 2 players for women's basketball. We can't count JuJu out because this is her first year. That doesn't make sense. Just like we can't count Caitlin's other 3 years. That doesn't make sense. Both of these women are having incredible seasons. We've got to be smart as women's basketball fans and media folks and voters to not try to bring in all these other elements that don't mean anything when you're trying to get to the Player of the Year for a season. And both of these players deserve to be in the conversation. Now, we know JuJu Watkins is going to be Freshman of the Year. As much as I love Hannah Hidalgo, she has not put up the same performances consistently, most outstandingly, if you will, as JuJu Watkins. Great season. Hidalgo has had a great season. I know some of y'all love Malaysia Full Wiley, but we're not even in the same ballpark. Talent-wise, those 3 players are very comparable. But performance-wise, there is one that stands above all other freshmen, and that is JuJu Watkins. But you can fight me on it if you want to. Let me see it in the comments. Who do you think is going to get Freshman of the Year? And what would be the one element that would make Caitlin Clark be chosen and voted as Player of the Year over JuJu Watkins? And what would be the case for making JuJu Watkins the Player of the Year? I want to hear your thoughts. Put them in the comments, and we'll see you in the next one.
Thanks for tuning in to Women's Basketball TV with Fran Harris, the most provocative and entertaining women's basketball show on earth. Be sure to click that like, share, and notification button so you don't miss a moment. We'll see you tomorrow.